Hi friends, welcome to week 5 of Inklings. This week we're going to be learning about setting. Last time we learned about the plot roller coaster and we learned how to organize a plot to keep the action moving. This week we have our characters in our plot and we've started our writing, and now we're going to learn how to create settings that feel real. So setting is where your story takes place. The city, town, country, state, land, or even just the room where your characters live. Setting is important because it gives context and place to your story and it makes it feel real. Lots of books have maps at the beginning. This is the map from the Chronicles of Narnia. And they help give kind of a context to these kind of books, so you know like how far away something is from something else, but you don't have to do the whole like process of having a huge map and having every place mapped out. Just knowing what your character's room or school or car looks like is also setting. So we're going to do a little exercise. We're going to use our 5 senses to study our own setting. So what do you see, taste, hear, smell, and feel? You can describe your surroundings using your 5 senses and write it down in your notebook, and that's your setting. And later on we'll do that for our character as well. So if I use my 5 senses to describe my setting right now, I am in the meeting room at the Jonesboro Library. I can see the walls and the clock and the lights on. My stack of books that I need to record later. I can smell my tea that I made just earlier. I can taste it too. I feel my desk. It's pretty smooth and kind of cold because we keep it kind of cold in this room. And right now I can't hear anything because my coworker is being very quiet, so I can record this video for you guys. So I really can only hear myself talking. So that's the kind of exercise that you would then, you figure out what it is that you can see and hear and smell with all your 5 senses, and then you would write it down, and that becomes your setting. So if I were to set a story here, I would write down what I had just said. And of course, for imaginary settings, you're making that up. But you can use your current setting to help you figure out, what might your character be seeing and hearing and tasting and smelling. So we are going to do a little exercise with Little Red Riding Hood too. So this is Little Red Riding Hood's setting, or at least one of them. She has several. She has her house, her grandmother's house, and the forest that she walks through. So I picked the forest just because there's a lot going on there. So when Little Red is walking through the forest, what do you think she hears? I imagine that she hears like crunching leaves and maybe some birds singing, some squirrels running around. She probably smells pine trees. She can maybe see the trees. She can see the light coming through the trees. She can see if it gets darker and starts to get more into the evening as she's walking. She definitely sees the big bad wolf when she meets him. And maybe she can smell the treats that are in her goodie basket for Grandma. And maybe she even snuck a few like strawberries out of the basket and tasted them. Those details make your setting feel real and maybe even give details about your character. Like, is Little Red Riding Hood the kind of person to sneak a strawberry out of her grandmother's basket, or is she not? And that's something you have to decide when you're writing your character, but it all plays into setting. So, like I said, imagine what your character sees, tastes, hears, smells, and feels, and that is their setting. Now you can also do this exercise like the map that I showed you at the beginning, and you can draw a map of the town or planet or universe where your story takes place and include details that show when your story takes place too. So maybe if your map changes, like if there's something that happens, maybe part of your plot is they're building a new big neighborhood with lots of shops and everything, and your characters don't want that to happen because it's on protected land where there are a certain breed of owl. That's the plot of Hoot by Carl Hyacin, by the way. But maybe they don't want that to happen, and so you would draw your map without the mall or whatever it is that they're building, but with the space blocked out, so you know what part of the city it is that they are worried about. Those sort of things make your setting feel even more real. So you can draw your map however you like. It can be as detailed or not detailed as you want. It can be as big as you want if you want to get a whole big thing of butcher paper and draw a huge map, or if you just want to draw it on a post-it note. That's okay too. This is especially helpful if you kind of need to be able to see where your character's going. A map can really help out with that. So next time, we're going to be learning about writing dialogue and doing interviews with our characters. I hope you guys are all having fun writing your novels, and you have gotten started on them and are enjoying writing about your characters and all of their ups and downs on their plot roller coasters. So I'm excited for next time, and I'll see you then.